Hello students, how are you? Fine? Very good, very good, very good. And I have heard that you people are doing very good work. Okay, it's very nice. In the last class we have discussed that one LCR in resonance. Okay, LCR series circuit and resonance of the circuit, all these things. Today we are going to discuss a topic that is power in AC when it is passed through LCR. Okay, you can directly say that power of AC circuit. You can say like that also, guys. It is coming from alternating current and of class 12. Okay, and I hope again you are ready with pen and page so that you can write all these things whatever written on the board. Okay, guys, what is the name of the topic? Power in AC circuit. Okay, say this is one AC circuit with an inductor, with a capacitor, with a resistor, okay, connected to AC, and the AC signal is, say it is in the form of E is equal to E naught sin omega t, which is varying sinusoidally. Omega is the angular frequency, okay, E naught is the maximum EMF. Then the corresponding current through the circuit will be given by, say, I equal to I naught sin omega t. It may be plus phi, it may be minus phi. Okay, say I am putting minus phi. Okay, or it may be 0 also. The value of phi may be 0 also. That the thing we have already discussed. But again, I am going to give you a little bit rewind of the last class. Okay, what we have discussed. From the phasor diagram you have understood. This is the phasor of voltage or the current. Okay, because current remains same everywhere. Na? The current here, and the current here must be in the same phase. So this is the current, and voltage across resistor and the current always remain in the same phase. And it was the VL, voltage across inductor, and it was the VC, voltage across capacitor. I assumed that that one voltage across capacitor is little less than VL. So that is why this figure becomes like this. Na? This figure becomes like this. That is VL minus VC. Okay, VL minus this opposite direction. Na? That is why. And the resultant comes this way. This is the resultant voltage. Are you getting my point? And this is also current also. You can write current also here. And this is the resultant voltage, this is the resultant current, and this is the phase difference between voltage and current. That is voltage and current. And the figure itself says that if it is current, if it is voltage, the voltage is leading the current by phi, or you can say the current is lagging behind the voltage by phi. So that is I have written. Okay, minus phi, lagging. Na? Okay, good. And why I am saying that, just this is assumption only. You see, in case of VL equal to VC, that is the resonance condition. Na? VL equal to VC, the length of this vector VL minus VC will be 0. It means this phi also will be 0. Okay, means V will be overlapped at R. You can write that also. At resonance, VL equal to VC. That is why phi equal to what? 0. Okay, good. Now you see, if VC is greater than VL, this figure can be of this type. Na? I have discussed this thing. It should be VC minus VL, and that will be the resultant V, and that will be the phi. Okay. In that case, voltage will be lagging the current by phi. But I have taken here current is lagging. Just I am going through the previous figure only, whatever discussed in the last class. Okay, so this figure is of no use now. I am assuming that voltage across inductor is little greater than voltage across capacitor. So this is the figure. Good, guys, what I am going to discuss it now. I understand that in case of DC circuit, the current is fixed, voltage is fixed, so power in the DC circuit is voltage into current in case of DC circuit. But in case of AC circuit, the voltage keeps on fluctuating, current keeps on fluctuating. So at different moment the power will be different. Okay, so what is the average power delivered by a AC source? We are going to discuss in this chapter only. Okay, that is the thing, nothing else. So this is for DC circuit only, this part, and which is of no use of course now, because we are talking about the AC circuit. Okay, power in AC circuit. Power in AC circuit. It is also defined as voltage into current. At any moment voltage is I, E, and the current is I. Are you getting? So power will be equal to E naught sine omega t and I naught sine omega t minus phi. Are you getting my point? If you want, you can write E naught I naught sine omega t sine omega t minus phi. Are you getting it? So this is the general expression of power at any moment. This is the general expression of power at any moment. Okay, good. But if I want to calculate the average power for a long time or for one complete cycle, so this is the AC signal. Okay, for one complete cycle, what is the power delivered total altogether? What is the power delivered through the components? Okay guys, one more thing, whenever you see a resistor here, don't think that it is the only one resistor. Okay, actually what I am saying, if you don't put an external resistance also, then also the circuit may have resistance, because the conducting wire has some resistance, you know. So the whole resistance is accumulated here. That is our assumption. Are you getting my point? Our assumption is that the whole resistance of the circuit is accumulated here. It means if we don't put an external resistance also there, like 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 5 ohm from a resistance box, if you don't put, then also the wire having some resistance. Exactly that way, capacitance. If you don't put an external capacitor, 1 microfarad, 2 microfarad like that in this figure, then also it is a capacitive circuit, because any conductor has some capacitance, maybe less, maybe more, but any conductor has some capacitance. Okay, exactly that way, inductor. If you don't put a inductor brought from market, if you don't put also, then also the wires has also some inductance. Any conducting wire has some inductance also. We have already discussed this thing when we talk about the capacitor. We have understood that any conductor has some capacitance, maybe less, maybe more. When we discussed inductance, and we understood that any ordinary wire also has some inductance, maybe less. To make the inductance more, we need to design it like a coil, okay, and use it commercially. So if I draw a simple this type of circuit, that can be also behaving like a LCR circuit, no problem. Okay, because this wire has some inductance, this wire has some capacitance, this wire has some resistance. Means L is also there, C is also there, and R is also there. Okay, but if it is put like that, it means whole inductance of the wire is accumulated here. If I put C here, it means whole capacitance of the circuit is accumulated here. If I put this, it means whole resistance of the wire is accumulated here. It means this part has no resistance now, this part has no capacitance now, this part has no inductance now, but the rest of the parts has no capacitance, no inductance, no resistance, because I have just specifically put LCR in the figure. Okay, that is the thing. Anyway, what I am going to do is I am going to do the average power in a complete cycle or for a long time. Okay, for a long time. What is the average power? Okay, let me wrap this. Simple definition of power is this only. You can keep it in a box, no problem. Okay, but the average power, now I come to the point, average power. Okay, average power. Power in AC circuit. Okay. Average power in AC circuit. Okay. We know that I have already given you also anything average now can be written as like this only. Power average is PDT upon DT, as like as velocity average is VDT upon DT, as like as current average is IDT upon DT. You can learn that pattern also, no problem. Directly, this is the definition only, nothing else. So what is the power average? Power average is integration of PDT upon integration of DT. Okay, we are calculating the power for one complete cycle, or we can say for very long time. Okay, for very long time means several cycles. If the average power in one cycle is 2 watt, so in the 2 cycle also it will be 2 watt only. Na? For a complete cycle it will remain same. So that's why we can say that for a one cycle or for a long time it will be remaining same. Okay, now we see integration of dt is t, that 0 to t. P can be written as ei dt. Okay, that t, integration of dt. E can be written as e naught sine omega t. Already you have known. I naught sine omega t minus phi dt. Simply I am just writing all these things, nothing else. Okay, and E naught I naught is constant. E naught I naught, maximum value of voltage, maximum value of current, it is constant. So it will come out of the integration. What will be left inside the integration? Sine omega t and sine omega t minus phi. Are you getting? dt. It is to some extent sine A sine B format. Na? It is coming in the sense of sine A sine B. Are you getting my point? And what we know, one thing we can do, if I multiply it by 2, then I need to divide it by 2 so that they neutralize. But after putting 2 here, I get this in the form of 2 sine A sine B. Are you getting my point? And I understand that the sine A, 2 sine A sine B equals what? Cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. You know, cos A minus B plus cos A plus B. You know? Wait, cos A minus B plus cos A plus B. Okay, good. So this is minus. Cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So if I try to simplify it, what I get? E naught I naught by 2t, and this is sine A, this is sine B. Okay, and 2 times of sine A sine B. So it will become cos A minus B, means omega t minus omega t plus phi. The minus of minus phi, it will be plus phi. Then cos A minus B is over, minus cos A plus B. What is A here? Omega t. This part is A, this part is A, and this part is B. You know, cos A plus B plus B. Okay, good. dt. It is from 0 to t. You can do this in integration part by you can do yourself also, no problem. You can give a pause and try to find out whatever I am getting. So it will become 0 to t. It will be cos phi only. It will be cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi dt. Okay, So here also dt is common, huh? For both the terms dt is there. Okay, please copy up to this term. Then let me proceed. I hope this upper part is already copied by you and understood also. Then I get P average equal E naught I naught by 2t. E naught I naught by 2t. This derivation is once way important. For numerical solving purpose also it is important, as well as that one for board exam also it may be important. Okay. Then what I get two term here, cos phi dt, cos phi dt, and integration of it. But you know phi is constant, so you can bring it out. Okay, minus cos 2 omega t minus phi dt. Okay, it is simply a cosine function. For any sine function or any cosine function, for one complete cycle always becomes 0. Any cosine function or sine function, for one complete cycle the integration is already 0. We have already discussed also in the previous videos. So PAV becomes E naught I naught upon 2t cos phi t. Integration of dt is t only, and this part is 0 for a complete cycle, 0 to t. If it is 0 to t by 2, it will be different, but for one complete cycle it is always 0, cos phi or sin phi. Remember, it is multiplied, not with phi but with cos phi. Okay, what I do, it will become power average equal E naught I naught 2t, that t is out, cos phi. Okay, t got cancelled. It means power average equal to E naught I naught by 2 cos phi. Okay. Again, it can be redesigned as root 2 I naught root 2 cos phi. Okay. Good. Therefore, power average is, you see, the voltage was sinusoidal, it is varying sinusoidally, E equal to E naught sin omega t, and in that type of cases the RMS value of E naught becomes E naught by root 2. In the first video I think we have discussed, and the current is also sinusoidal, I equal to I naught sin omega t, something like that. So for that also the RMS value is I naught by root 2. For any sinusoidal function, the RMS value is maximum value divided by root 2. Okay, we have already discussed in the first video. So we can write this is RMS also, no problem. So E RMS, I RMS, and cos phi. Okay, this is the final expression of average power in AC. Remember, in average power in DC, what was our formula for DC? For DC, this is resistor, this is voltage. The average power was voltage into resistance. Average power was voltage into current. Are you getting my point? And here also you can put cos phi, but you understand that the current and voltage always remain in same phase. So phi will be 0, phase difference will be 0. So cos 0 is 1. That is why it is Vi. So you can take it as a general expression. It can be used in the DC circuit also. For DC circuit, always phi is 0. So cos 0 1. It means it is voltage into current only. And I have already said the RMS value of AC and the current in DC both are equivalent. Both are equivalent. I have already discussed this thing. So that is the general expression here, derivation of power in AC. What is ERMS? That is root mean square value of EMF. What is IRMS? Root mean square of the current. What is cos phi? Here cos phi is called power factor. Okay, as it is part of the power expression, power factor. It will decide actually what will be the power. And let me draw that impedance triangle once more for LCR circuit. Let me draw. This part is I think copied. If not, rewind the video, give it pause and write all these things. In case of that power triangle, impedance triangle, so this is VL, this is VC, that is VR, and that will become VL minus VC. This is the voltage. Okay, guys, this can be written as this way also, na? I have already explained. This is XC, this is XL, and this will become XL minus XC. Huh? This is XL, this is XC. So XL minus XC will be this much, and this is Z. Huh? That is phi, angle between voltage and current, and this is phi, angle between impedance and resistance. Both are same only. Just multiply by current, you get this. Na? Current into resistance is voltage, current into resistance is voltage. Okay, that is why it is also called impedance triangle. Impedance triangle. Are you getting, guys? Good. Now you see why this is cosine of this angle is called power factor. You see, if VL equal to VC, it means the length of this vector will be 0, na? So phi will be 0. It means power will be simply ERMS and IRMS, because that cos 0 will be 1. Okay, that the maximum power will be delivered at which condition? When voltage and voltage across inductor and voltage across capacitor is same, the maximum power will be delivered. And that thing already we have discussed in the resonance circuit also, na? No problem. Good. If say VC is not there, VC is not there, it means VL is there, or XC is not there. Same thing, huh? XC is not there, means XL is there. Are you getting about? Then in general you can write cos phi. In general you can write power factor cos phi equal to, in general, power factor cos phi equal to what? That one, base upon hypotenuse, na? Base upon hypotenuse means voltage across resistor divided by V, and this can be written as VR, and V can be written as under root VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. Cos phi equal to base upon hypotenuse, na? Base upon hypotenuse. In case of here you can put or you can put cos phi equal base upon resistance, R upon Z, R upon hypotenuse, impedance, or you can write this as, or you can write this as cos phi equal, this is R, and this can be put as XL minus XC whole square plus R square. Are you getting? So any one of the formula can be used for solving numerical depending upon data given. Okay, guys, and then we can apply some special cases, जैसे we have applied here, na? If say XL is 0. XL equal to 0, XL equal to 0 means no inductor is there, no inductance opposition is there. Then cos phi can be written as R upon, what will happen? XL will be 0, no? So it will become simply XC square plus R square. Okay? If XC is 0, then it will become cos phi equal to R upon XC is there, XC is 0 but XL is there, na? So XL square plus R square under square. Na? Are you getting my point? That is the power factor for different cases. And if XL equal to XR, the same case will be there, na? XL equal to XR. You can write that also, no problem. Write down. I have to wrap this part. Okay. I have to wrap this part. If XL equal to XC, what is the name of this condition? Resonance. Huh? Resonance. So what will be? Cos phi equal to, in this expression, XL equal to XC. Na? So it will be R upon, you see, this two part will get cancelled. So R square under root, it will become R. So R upon R1. R upon R1. So cos phi equal to 1. Okay. Cos phi power factor is 1, but power is ERMS into IRMS. Means after that cos phi was there, na? That cos phi value is determined by these are the factors. Okay. So this is the power factor. I hope you understood well all these things, and we can discuss it in some another way also. You see, let me draw this, wrap this graph. Okay. So what is the average power expression? What is the average power expression? It is IRMS cos phi. Okay. And what is the figure here? Say this is ERMS. Say this is E. And this is say I. Okay. And this is phi. Then I will have two components. One is along ERMS. IRMS will have two components. Okay. A vector have infinite number of components around it. We have understood this thing. If this is phi, then IRMS could have a component here also and component here also. Are you getting it? What is the name of this component? The name of this component will be becoming IRMS sin phi. Okay. What is the name of this component? The name of this component will be IRMS cos phi. Are you getting it? So this cos phi, IRMS cos phi product with the ERMS gives the average power. It means this current vector, if we assume it is a vector, the current has two components. One is cosine component, one is sine component. The cosine component has the power in it. Sine component has no power. Okay. That component is called wattless current. Matlab powerless current, you can say. So what is wattless current? It is the, you can write the definition also. What is wattless current? You can write down the definition. What is wattless current? The current in AC circuit is said to be wattless. If power consumed is 0. Okay. Power in AC, current in AC circuit, is said to be wattless if average power consumed is 0. Okay, I think I should write one more definition. It will be better definition. The or definition will be, I think, better. The component of current the component of current IRMS, the component of current IRMS which is perpendicular to the ERMS phasor is called wattless current. Okay, that IRMS sin phi, wattless current equal to IRMS sin phi. You can write also, no problem. Wattless current equal to IRMS sin phi. Are you getting my point? The component of that current which is perpendicular to ERMS is called wattless current. Okay guys, whatever we have discussed now, all are actually for LC are in series circuit, you know, all are for LC are in series circuit. L C are in series circuit. Okay, and what we get, the net voltage I found, it is VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. Okay, this is, we found what is the net resistance. We found XL minus XC. These all are important for solving numericals. Okay, are very good. And what is the cos phi? What we have found? We found it is VR upon this VL minus VC whole square plus VR square. Remember, while putting, you can put it VC minus VL also, because it is whole square, na? So there will be no problem whether you can write VL minus VC or VC minus VL while solving numericals. Okay, or we can write, you see these all are very important formulas, already we have discussed. Or you can write cos phi equal to R divided by XL minus XC whole square plus R square. Okay, good. Say L is not there for RC circuit. This will become RC circuit if L is not there. Are you getting my point? So can you convert all the expressions if there is no L? Simply I am doing, say what will be the expression, this expression, what will be? It will become cos phi equal to R upon L is not there, na? Simply XC square plus R square. Okay. For LR circuit, say C is not there. For LR circuit, na? This figure will become C is not there and L is there. Okay, L is there. So the expression will become cos phi R upon L is there. So XL square plus R square. Are you getting? They will have some value. They are not zero. Are you getting your point? They will have some value. But what is the need of studying these things? What is the need of studying? So can you say this source will give some power? It will be dropped at this resistor. We understand that the resistor is a power dropping device. It leverages energy, you know. And this inductor also, na? This inductor will drop some voltage. This inductor will drop some voltage. Are you getting? But it will not drop power. Say this is why this is this type of circuit is useful in case of in our day-to-day life. Why this type of circuit is useful? I am going to explain this thing. Say you have a bulb. Okay, it operates at 220. Okay, but you have a source which is of say 260 volt. Are you getting it? So definitely this will get fused, okay, because its maximum power is 220 volt, maximum operating voltage is 220 volt, but you applied in a 260 volt source, it will definitely gets fused, it will go damaged. So what can you do? You can put a resistor here. You can put a resistor here. So you put the value, you choose the value of resistance in such a way that the rest amount of 40 volt drops here and the 220 is left for this bulb. So this bulb will glow at full efficiency, because it requires 220 and it is getting also 220 out of this 260, because 40 is dropped at this point. Okay, so this bulb will be in safe condition, but the point is that your energy consumption will be more, because this is also an energy radiating device, this is also an energy radiating device. So energy is not that one conserved, right? That energy is just liberated only. Though this bulb remains safe because we are operating at the maximum voltage, but energy keeps on liberating unnecessarily through this resistor. Are you getting? So that is why what we do, instead of putting an inductor, we put instead of putting a resistor, what we put? An inductor, or you can put a capacitor also. So while putting the inductor, what will happen, you see? So choose the value of inductor in such a way that it drops 40 volt. Okay, out of 260, 40 volt is dropped at the inductor, and what is left? 220. 220 will be liberated. But remember, inductor, an ideal inductor is not an energy dissipating device. It means it will store the energy, but it will not dissipate to the environment. So that energy crisis can be solved that way. If you put a resistor, energy keeps on liberating in terms of heating or something else. But if you put an inductor, then what will happen? It will drop voltage to keep this bulb safe, but the energy will not be liberated to the environment. Energy will not go wastage. Okay, this will be stored here, and if required, it can give the energy back. Okay, so that is why inductor is used. So this is why this is called a choke coil. What we call it? This is a choke coil. Choke coil. Okay, this is called a choke coil. What is a choke coil? It is an ordinary inductor connected in series to a load resistance. Okay, it is an ordinary, it is an inductor of suitable inductance. It is an inductor of suitable inductance connected in series with load resistance. Why the suitable inductance is required? Why not any value of inductance? Because you see, if you choose the inductance properly, then only you can decide that 40 volt, the desired voltage will be dropped here. So depending upon the inductance, the voltage drop is decided. So that is why the value of that inductance also is suitable, so that it drops the required amount of voltage, and the left behind voltage is supplied to the load resistance to keep the load safe. Are you getting my point? Good. This is the simple thing of the power, average power of an AC circuit through a LCR in series. Okay, we have discussed different conditions also. If required, you just rewind the video and see once more and try to solve all the problems related to it. Okay guys, thank you. Keep studying, keep rocking. Thank you.